Welcome, friends. Today, we are continuing on with our discovery series of Parfum de Empire. Nice. So, I need to give you a little bit of information before we start. These fragrances were packed higgledy-piggledy. There was no rhyme, no reason to it. They weren't in alphabetical order. They weren't in order of what lines they were in. They were just all packed in there. So I've had to kind of like feng shui them a little bit, just try and get them on some kind of keel where I can understand where they are and like know what's what. So today we're going to finish off the La Heritage line, which is the first two, the Corsica Furiosa and the Eau De Gloire. That's just what I'm going to call it. That is not, almost certainly not how you pronounce it, and I am sorry if you are French. But then we will be finished with that line. I've had to like separate them out and find out which is which, because there was no rhyme nor reason to their packaging of the samples, and it was a bit of a cow to try and figure it out. And then we're going to move on to like the rest of the line, and I need to just get everything, like the sample boxes, like the sample pack is like just a brown box, right? And then inside that, there's loads of these. There's like 4 of these. And inside these, there should fit 5 of these boxes that you see here. These boxes of samples, right? Problem is, that's not how it worked, right? A few of these came about, and there was even one where it was just a sample on its own, but it didn't have a box. So it wasn't ideal, right? But times are weird at the minute, right? There are stranger fucking crimes. I'm not going to send it back. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. It was just a bit of a cow to try and figure out what was happening. So I've managed to get into some kind of system where I'm going to put all like the heritage line in one box and then just put that to the side, right? Problem is, I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit all the other samples into the box, so I sort of see what was going on when that happened, So it's just I don't know. It's just been a bit of a cow. Plus, if I open one box, I mean, you can see here I've got, what, 6 fragrances. That's more than I'd like to do, if I'm being honest. But I am smelling them on cards, so here we go. I'm going to assign each one a little stick. And am I going to? Yes. Each one's going to have its own little little card, and then we can go back over them at the end as we usually do. The first one we are doing is going to be Corsica Furiosa. Now, I don't know what's in this. I don't know what's happening. I'm not even sure the lighting is very good, or the position of the camera. Please hold. There we go. How do you feel there? So, Corsica Furiosa. Furious Corsica. No, I have no idea what it means either. But we will find out. This is supposed to be a green fragrance, as I think all of these are. Like I say again, the first two, Corsica Furiosa and Eau De Gloire, are from this L'Heritage line. This was released in 2014, and I assume the perfumer was Marc-Antoine Corticciato. There we are. Let's see what happens, shall we? Corsica Furiosa. Wow, that's green. That's galbanum. That's green. It's cedar. That's really nice. Straight away, that's really nice. I'll read the notes. Tomato leaf, mastic or lentisque, grass, hay, lime, moss, mint, honey, labdanum, and pepper. Fucking quite the note list in there. Quite strange. I get cedar galbanum sort of thing straight away. Reminds us of French lover. Reminds us of Royal Oud. Straight away. It's green. It's extremely green. I get that hay kind of vibe. It's beautiful. This is the nicest one from the line so far. I don't know if tomato leaf is in the official note breakdown, but I'm not getting too much tomato leaf, but I am getting green. I am getting that almost metallic green from it. There's a lot of green going on here. It's a little bit of sweetness too. A little bit of grass. A little bit of like green grass, you know, like not even fresh cut grass, just like a nice lawn. I'll be trying this on skin, definitely. But it's got that cedary, you know, that Royal Oud French lover cedary kind of thing. Very fresh, very green. I'm getting a little bit more of like something like lime now. Getting like a zesty, juicy kind of vibe. It's very good. Even though I didn't like those other ones from this line, I thought they were well made. This is obviously like true what they say about this brand. It is quality. Sorry, I've just knocked you all there. Something a little bit floral from it now. Is grass a flower? I don't think it is. I'm not saying that like grass is a flower or anything like that. There's no relevance to what I'm talking about the perfume. I'm just thinking out loud at that point. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. So, Eau de Gloire or Gloire. It's not. That's not how you pronounce it at all. Sorry, France. This was released in 2003. Again, the nose, Marc Antoine Corticciato. And it has a big note breakdown. Large. Lavender, bergamot, rosemary, myrtle, Amalfi lemon, tangerine, neroli at the top. In the mid, there is star anise, immortelle, tea, licorice. And in the base, there is leather, tobacco, oak moss, olive banum, and French labdanum. Good lord. Lovely. Well, I'm getting strange vibes from it straight away. It smells very different to everything else I've smelled from them so far. Licorice off the top, like licorice anise sort of thing going on straight away. Freshness, big bergamot. Dark, a little bit sour from that anise licorice thing. I imagine the tea will be like in there as well. Tea gives this kind of dark freshness. This is interesting. It's very interesting. Save the best two for last, I think. Getting a bit of the lavender now, something a bit more creamy, something a bit more fresh and familiar, because it was strange at the beginning. This is an interesting one. I think this will change. It feels like it's changing. It feels a little bit like, I don't want to say Eau Noir, but it's got that kind of, I mean, obviously it's got immortelle, it's got licorice, it's got lavender. It's gonna smell like Eau Noir, you know. But it's different. It's also very different in other ways. The bergamot's really nice in it. You can get the first hint of that kind of leather as well. I'd be interested to come back to this. It's bloody interesting, that. So, that completes our journey through the Le Heritage collection from Parfum d'Empire. Now we are on to the main line. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. So, next we have a fragrance called Equistrius. I'm imagining horse, some kind of weird horse kind of vibe. This was, oh, God knows, doesn't tell us when this was released. It's got a little blurb. I'm not sure I'm going to read that out. It's something to do with like the fall of empires. China, Rome, and India. Apparently, this must be one of the original ones then. Parfum d'Empire, the perfume house, endows us with a piece of Roman Empire. Endows us with a piece of Roman Empire with one of the three perfumes from the collection dedicated to the great empires: China, Rome, and India. Equistrius is the name of a racehorse that belonged to the founder of the prestige house Parfum d'Empire, Marc-Antoine Corticiato, symbolizing glory of the Roman Empire. Violet and green notes open this oriental fragrance. The heart leaves an impact with iris and chocolate, and a trace of woody notes. The base belongs to amber. The base brings amber, warm and milky sandalwood, and vetiver. Apparently it's a fragrance for women. Let's have a smell. I knew there was some kind of horse thing going on there, because Equistrius, you know what I mean? Oh, that's violet. That's very Parma violet. That's very, very violet at the top. That's chamade. That is powdery. Apparently it has got a powdery sort of note. It's also got a rice note as well. It's just a strange note. I've never smelled rice per se, you know? Just rice in it. It's kind of starch. Again, this is very nice. It's very well made. It's very well blended. It is more feminine, classically feminine. Although it's fresh and clean. It's got that post bathing product kind of vibe, like a talc. A little bit like Teint de Neige does. And this has got more sort of character than Teint de Neige. I think Teint de Neige can be a little bit bland. I used to really love it, like. It's very light, very ethereal. It's got this light purpleness to it. No one to see, you can smell colours. This is really good. I would like to smell this on a woman. It smells clean, it smells fresh, it smells it smells new. It's got this silky, smooth kind of undertone, which is coming from the suede, I imagine, and the sandalwood. I'm not getting much chocolate, but it's still very early. But you think iris and chocolate, you think Dior Homme, you know. It's very modern. I imagine this is one of the original ones though, but it does smell extremely modern. Very well built, very well made. Like it's as clear as day, you know. It's nothing like the there's no dry woody ambers, there's no hint of anything like remotely gross, you know? Very clean, very fresh, very good. I enjoy that. I really do. I don't know that I could ever wear it. Um, but I enjoyed it. Okay, so next. Next, we have a fragrance that I have actually smelled before. Not only have I smelled it, I've owned it. I bought a bottle and sold it. Well, I didn't even sell it, I gave it away. I didn't like this. I thought it was bland. I thought it was redundant. I thought it was boring. So I'm interested to see what it smells like now, years later. And so we shall find out. Released in 2006 again, same perfumer, Marc Antoine Corticiato. Citron, Amalfi lemon, grapefruit, tarragon, Virginia cedar, mandarin orange, and orange are the top notes. Mid notes are coriander, off African orange flower, and neroli. Base notes are oak moss, musk, and amber. Right, well, straight away, it's different to what I remember it being. But also, straight away, I can tell you that I still don't like it. It's very lemon, it's very citron, it's very citric. It's really top heavy. You can tell this has got a lot of top to it. It's very top heavy. It's not as boring. It's not as boring as I thought it would be. But it has caught the back of my throat there. You know? A little bit creamy. And that might be coming from the Amalfi lemon because Amalfi lemons are a slight little bit more creamy than um, normal, your average lemon, which is more zesty, more sharp. A little bit of the orange I'm getting. Something a little bit green. That could be the oak moss. It could be the tarragon. It's fresh. It's light. It's very Italian. You know? Clean. Juicy. Fresh. Light. Life. Gregarious. There's grapefruit in as well. I don't care for grapefruit. I'm not getting anything spicy like the coriander's there. I'm not getting much of that, to be honest with you. Yeah, it's a big citrus, big citron, lemony, grapefruity kind of thing, that kind of vibe. You know? Not massive. Not massive on it. Still. You know? So, these next two are ones that one of them in particular is one I've been looking forward to. And the next one is Ambre Russe. And I'm going to have to dip my card into it, which is a shame. Instead of spraying it, but there we are. And here we go. I have to use this the right way around. Okay. So I've dipped that in. I'm just going to leave that to sit for a sec. Leave that to sit for a second, excuse me. This has got a good name for itself. People like it. People talk about it. It's got a good score online. It was made in 2003. The top notes are vodka and champagne. Mid notes are cinnamon, Russian leather, tea, coriander, birch, and juniper. And the base notes are amber, incense, and musk. And I like it already. I haven't even put it to my nose yet. I can just smell it. That's lovely. I hugely get the champagne. I massively get that. I get the tea and the champagne straight away. You know, that kind of like acidic, grapey kind of thing. It's a little bit spicy too. It's a little bit ambery. Fresh. This is lovely. I'll be trying this on skin, definitely. Very boozy, though. Like, I'm not getting much leather. I'm getting the darkness from the tea. Maybe a little bit of birch as well. These are just first impressions, so I'll be able to do further investigation when I come to try these on skin. But this is very interesting and is making me want to smell it on skin, which is what the card tests are all about. Very interesting. Smells like the champagne in it's massive, you know. And it's nearly 20 years old, that fragrance. I imagine it's seen a reformulation or two in its time. So, next and last for today is Eau Suave. This is apparently a rosy perfume. It is for women. And the top notes are rose, saffron, and coriander. And middle notes are tea rose, red berries, raspberry, peach, and pepper. Base notes are oak moss, patchouli, musk, and vanilla. I don't know what a tea rose is. Obviously some kind of rose, but you know, it's got that. I can smell it from the bottle. It's got a red. You can smell like the pink redness straight away. A little bit fruity. I wonder if it's going to be girly, because that's the problem with fragrances that have stuff like raspberry and red berries and peach and rose in and stuff like that. They can get a little bit girly. Let's see what happens. It's not girly. There's a musky, edible kind of thing. Again, it's very well made. I wouldn't wear this. This is feminine, but it's not girly. It's got this fresh, dewy, petal kind of thing going on, like water on a rose petal. It's very pink, it's very red, but it's like a darker pink. Imagine like pink blood. Like raspberries are quite dark pink. It's got that going on. It's very nice. It's very pretty. It's very good. Something a little bit green in there as well. And not spicy, but there's some warmth. I really like that. You wouldn't get bored of smelling that on a woman. It smells very clean. There's something a little bit green and musky in there as well. When I say green and musky, I don't mean green musk. I mean green and a little bit musky as well. Oh. I'm getting the berry kind of aspect too. Like berries are very packed with like juice, and the kind of juice it is it's very strong. You know, like when you get squash and you've got to dilute water, you've got to dilute it with water, and that's how you make the drink. This is like raw squash. Very nice, very nice. Nothing I would ever wear or buy, but for someone else, lovely. And now we will go back over the samples. It's been half an hour, Christ. But that's what happens when you've got to do 6 in a video. Corsica Furiosa. Incredibly green, tomato leaf, dark green, verdant green, all things green. That's really nice. I imagine I'll be trying that on skin. I will have to remember that. It's beautiful. That is lovely. It's got that kind of mustiness as well that you get from galbanum, in my experience. It's got a French lover vibe. This is Eau De Gloire. Nope. Just nope. Unfortunately, that is not for me. Very musty now. Sounds like the police are onto us. Lavender, rosemary. I'm getting that green herbalness. Equistrius. This is the Roman Empire one. No year of release. Very powdery, very talcum powder, very high-end talcum powder kind of vibe. That's what I meant when I said it's got this teint de neige kind of thing going on. High-end talcum powder. Like you've bathed and then got ready to go out for the evening. That's lovely. I would like to smell that on a woman. Beautiful. Iskander. Just lemon, like you've smelled it before, really. Boring. Though not as bad as it was before. I think the top notes must have gone in the bottle I had. This is fresh. It's well made, don't get us wrong, it's well made. But it's not particularly good. It's well made, but not great. Ambre Russe. Still very champagne, grapey, green, boozy, dark. I like the tea. I like the birch. That's really good. It's really interesting. I'll be trying that on skin, definitely. And Eau Suave. That's changed. It's much more mossy green, closer to the floor, closer to the ground kind of smell. Very nice, but I don't think I would ever wear it. I may try it on skin. I don't think so though. Definite winner here is Ambre Russe. I'll be trying that on skin, definitely. And possibly Corsica Furiosa. But we will have to see. Thank you very much for joining me. I've gone on long enough. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think down below. Thanks everyone. See you later.